Good afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome to the May 2018 commencement of West Texas A&M University. I'm Wade Schaefer, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the administrators, the faculty, and the May 2018 graduates of West Texas A&M University. May graduation is too large to accommodate all of our graduates and all of their friends and families at one time, so we have 3 ceremonies today. This afternoon's ceremony with graduates from the College of Education and Social Sciences and the School of Engineering, Computer Science, and Mathematics. The Sybil B. Harrington College of Fine Arts and Humanities and the College of Nursing and Health Sciences will conduct their commencement ceremony at 6 o'clock this evening, and the Paul and Virginia Engler College of Business and the Paul Engler College of Agricultural and Natural Science held their ceremony this morning at 10 a.m. The processional will commence shortly. The platform party, including our university president, will process first. The president will be immediately preceded by the university's mace, which is carried this afternoon by Dr. Dave Rausch, Teal Bivens Professor of Political Science. Following the platform party will be the college administrators and faculty, the college dean, the associate dean, department heads, professors, associate professors, assistant professors, and instructors. The students will then follow, graduate students first, and then undergraduates. Ladies and gentlemen, the May 2018 graduation ceremony for West Texas A&M University. Please rise and join Dr. Robert Hansen, Regents Professor of Music and Director of the School of Music, as he leads us in the singing of the national anthem.
There's a camera crew right in front of it. There it is.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated. Many in the platform party will be introduced as their duties arise this afternoon. Allow me to introduce the rest of the platform party at this time. Dr. Angela Spaulding, Vice President for Research and Compliance and Graduate Dean. Dr. Brad Johnson, Vice President for Strategic Relations. Mr. Mike Knox, Vice President for Student Enrollment Engagement and Success. Ms. Tana Miller, Assistant Vice President for Enrollment Management and University Registrar. Dr. Pam Lockwood, Professor of Mathematics and Director of the Atterbury Honors Program, presenting awards to graduates of our honors program. The deans of our academic colleges, Dr. Lal Almas, Interim Dean of the Paul Engler College of Agriculture and Natural Sciences. Dr. Neil Terry, the Paul and Virginia Engler College of Business. Dr. Eddie Henderson, the College of Education and Social Sciences. Dr. Matt Jackson, Associate Dean of the School of Engineering, Computer Science, and Mathematics. Dr. Jessica Mallard, Sybil B. Harrington College of Fine Arts and Humanities. And Dr. Dirk Nelson, the College of Nursing and Health Sciences. Today, 1,307 individuals will receive academic degrees. The oldest graduate is 63 years of age. And the youngest is 17. Nearly 600 of these graduates are the first in their family to graduate from college. 94 are graduating with a perfect 4.0 GPA, and 53 of our graduates today are veterans. Although most of our graduates are from Texas, this graduating class includes students from 36 states: Alabama, Arkansas, Arizona, California, Colorado, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, and Wisconsin. We have graduates today from 28 different countries: Albania, Angola, Australia, Bolivia, Cambodia, Cameroon, China, Croatia, El Salvador, Ethiopia, France, Ghana, India, Italy, Mexico, Nepal, the Netherlands, Nigeria, Panama, Papua New Guinea, Portugal, Saudi Arabia, Thailand, the United Kingdom, the United States, Venezuela, Vietnam, and Zambia. Commencement is an important ceremony for the candidates who will receive their academic degrees today, but it is also a very important event for the candidates' families and friends who have supported them throughout their efforts to achieve their academic goals. If you are a family member of one of the individuals who will graduate today, please stand at this time so that the candidates and the rest of us can recognize you. Thank you. I will now ask Chandler Huddleston, Student Body President, to offer his greetings.
I would like to welcome everyone here today to celebrate the accomplishments of the graduates seated here in front of me. Today is a monumental day in which we recognize the blood, sweat, and tears that each grad seated here has given to get to this point. Now, I'll admit, today is bittersweet for me. Bitter because today marks the day that some of my best friends are leaving me to begin the world of adulting. But on the other hand, it marks the day that some of my best friends are graduating with a degree from West Texas A&M University, that it has prepared them for the future, and I know that they're gonna do great things. To each and every person seated here in front of me, I just wanna say congratulations. All of the hard work that every single one of you has put in has led to this moment. Now, to those of you seated in the audience, I also want to congratulate for being a support system and putting up with stressed out behavior when times got rough. I'm sure not every step on the road to graduation has been easy, but today shows that it was all worth it. Now, grads, I'll leave you today with a final piece of advice as you move forward to the next stage of your life. Remember to always try to make a difference. And I mean that in the least cliche way possible. Just make a difference in somebody's life. Drew Dudley once said the following: "We've made leadership about changing the world, but there is no world, only 6 billion interpretations of it. And if you can change one person's understanding of what they're capable of, one person's understanding of how much people care about them, of how powerful an agent of change that they can be in this world, then you've changed the whole thing." Once again, congratulations on all of your accomplishments. I wish you all the best of luck. May God always guide your path. God bless, and go Buffs.
Thank you, Chandler. And now to bring greetings from the Alumni Association, please welcome Wilson Lemieux.
This is a very special day. On this day, 4 years ago, I sat where all of you sit, in that general direction, if my memory serves me correctly. And I was filled with pride, as I'm sure many of you are, and I'm certain with relief, because let's be honest, this last semester is like, come on, right? 8 years ago, I'd graduated from Wellington High School, and I was wide-eyed and hungry, nervous to say the least, but so proud to be at WT. My parents had taught me to work hard and to be good to people and that everything else would fall in line. WT validated that. The 4 years in getting my undergraduate that followed led me to countless relationships, some good, some bad, all of which that would one way or another teach me a very valuable lesson. You are as good as the company that you keep, and you are as successful as the relationships that you build. I'm so blessed to have had so many people here behind me and in these stands that have helped to give me the small success that I enjoy today. I wouldn't be here without any of my time at WT, and I'm a firm believer that, on a personal level, all of us have the obligation to send that elevator back down to the next generation of Buffaloes. I make videos for a living, but more importantly, I sell tools that help build legacies for our clients. The best tool, the best videos, the best films, the best stories always have a hero. Today, you're the hero of this story. It is your chance now to build your own legacy. It doesn't matter what label anyone else has given you. What matters from this day forward is what you decide to label yourself. As you walk the stage, accept your diploma and exit. West Texas A&M alumni will be there to greet you, pin you with the alumni pin, and welcome you to the Alumni Association. Wonderful things will continue to happen here, but I urge you to take hold of your future because it is yours. You've earned that. But let us not ever forget where we came from and who helped to pave the way before us. This university's legacy, your legacy, the legacy of our future is very much dependent on what you and we as alumni decide to give back to a place that has given us so much. Congratulations, graduates, and as the song says, on Buffaloes.
Thank you, Wilson. It is now my pleasure to introduce the 11th president of West Texas A&M University, Dr. Walter Windler.
Good afternoon. At a naturalization ceremony, the polyglot of peoples that sat before me holding American flags were in a state of transformation rarely evidenced in our lives. It fortified for me how important citizenship is to our understanding of and appreciation for a free society, just like today. Universities frequently assume education in high school civics classes completes the task. In the very best of circumstances, such exposure might ignite the quest for understanding and appreciating the opportunities and obligations of citizenship. St. Paul said that we must fight the good fight and finish the race to sustain a relationship with Christ. Likewise, to sustain citizenship, constant refreshment is required. This makes citizenship noble. I trust we, all of you and all of us, are doing just that at West Texas A&M University. I'm a second-generation American. My parents' families immigrated to this nation from Albania through Italy on my mother's side and from Switzerland on my father's side. I am a mixed breed, part Italian, part Swiss, the son of working people, the grandson of immigrants. I am a first-generation college graduate. I'm a child of America, and I thank God for that every day. Even when citizenship is in fact a birthright, even then we must appreciate most that which comes with cost and commitment. That's noble citizenship. A man or a woman is born 3 times. First, we are born of the flesh. On this we can all agree. Second, we are born of the Spirit in our hearts and souls as we understand our relationship to the world around us in ways that are beyond our explanation at times. This birth comes about through faith and through understanding who we are, where we are going, and why we are here. Third, we are born of a country through citizenship. For some, this is confirmed in a naturalization process, that bonding of ourselves to a larger group with whom we sometimes agree and other times not is citizenship. We are thus thrice born, flesh, spirit, and nation. The concept of citizenship is so fundamental to what we do on a daily basis at WT that we may neglect it or blithely pass over it and thereby amputate an essential part of our existence. Americans are rooted in unity so that our distinctiveness can be celebrated and bring strength, not weakness, to and for the common good. This is an American perspective, an exceptional one from my perspective. It helps make WT and the experience that all of you and all of us celebrate today so important. We must run towards all of that and not away from it. This third birth is forgotten, squandered or taken for granted at the peril of all. Immigrants come and have for centuries with the same hopes that all of you came to WT empowered with or by, hopes for a better way of life. They are prepared to participate by engaging, thinking, voting, and working, but most importantly, by desiring. Desire is the fuel of the American engine. Desire is the product of freedom carried on the back of opportunity. We have that right here at West Texas A&M University. Opportunity is at the very heart of the conception of our nation, and it is never truly a birthright. It is opportunity that prepares the foundation for individuals, families, and communities to seek higher ground, to let aspirations guide dreams, and dreams to become reality. Our citizenship, this third birth, should be mindfully grasped as the opportunity to grow and become something more than we are. It happens not once, but perpetually. Opportunity is the core of our experience and at the heart of WT's mission and our purpose today. I am, before anything else, a professor, a teacher. I work to provide students the opportunity to learn, just like the faculty you have worked with at West Texas A&M University. Citizens have many rights that also carry considerable responsibility. Theodore Roosevelt's Citizenship in a Republic, presented on April 23, 1910 at the Sorbonne in Paris, may be one of the most powerful expressions of noble citizenship ever recorded. In contemporary society, it is easy to be critical. Noble citizenship and its purpose expressed in effective universities requires more. Of course, criticism is a potent and useful force. Roosevelt himself pronounced that in an 1894 speech. He said, "Criticism is necessary and useful. It is often indispensable, but it can never take the place of action or be even a poor substitute for it. The function of the mere critic is of very subordinate usefulness." But universities have a responsibility to shore up individual accountability. I believe the essence of Roosevelt's Sorbonne speech, sometimes called the man in the arena speech, was the power of an individual taking ownership of their duty as a citizen through the exercise of their free will. He expressed it this way: "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, at least fails daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who knew neither victory nor defeat." Higher education is our greatest export in America, just like it is here at West Texas A&M University. It is without question the one thing other than govern ourselves in response to godly principles and human instinct that we do better than any nation in the world. A noble citizen of America reaches for opportunity, not guarantees, but a chance, not a property right, but an aspiration, not a gift, but a level platform from which to grow. The same opportunity brings thousands of students to WT every day. And education, in its most simple construct, consists of exercised opportunity, just like citizenship. Higher education and citizenship are welded together. They are sympathetic and symbiotic. Opportunity is the catalyst and the motor for change. In addition, shame on each of us who squander even the slightest bit of opportunity for intellectual, spiritual, or moral growth. Thomas Jefferson, in an 1816 letter to Francis Gilmore, said, "Every man is under the natural duty of contributing to the necessities of the society, and this is all the laws should enforce on him." WT empowers people, all of you, through the diligent study of sundry liberal arts, humanities, and other scientific and technical foundations for contributing to the greater good through noble citizenship. Use what you have earned wisely for the betterment of others. And now, a brief commercial message. Please listen carefully. For any of you who are graduating today from any program with any degree, I will make this offer to you. Listen up. If you apply for a graduate study to any program on campus or online by midnight, May 25th, 2018, and are accepted and enroll in the summer or fall of 2018, WT will provide a one-time tuition scholarship of $1,000. Visit the graduate school website if you have questions. By the way, that's a good deal. Congratulations to those of you who are finishing and completing today. May God bless each of you, each and every one of you, and this great university and our great state. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Windler, for those comments, insights, and special offers. We have now come to that point in the program which our graduates have been working toward. All have achieved an important personal milestone. In a few minutes, the graduates will be coming forward to receive their degrees. After I certify the candidates, the university president will officially confer the degrees. Dr. Yvette Castillo, Associate Professor of Education, will announce the name of each candidate for a degree as they come forward to receive their diplomas. At this time, will all of the candidates for the master's degrees please rise? President Windler, on behalf of the graduate faculty of West Texas A&M University, I certify that these candidates have met the requirements for their various graduate degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty of West Texas A&M University, as just transmitted to me by Dr. Schaefer, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Chancellor and the Board of Regents of the Texas A&M University system, I take pleasure in conferring upon each of you whose names are on the official roster the appropriate master's degrees with all of the corresponding rights, privileges, and especially today, responsibilities. Congratulations.
Please be seated. I'll now ask the marshals to begin escorting the master's degree candidates to the stage. During this part of the ceremony, the dean of each college will place a hood on the shoulders of each master's degree candidate. This tradition started centuries ago. The colors on the hoods represent the university colors as well as the discipline of the degree. Dr. Castillo, please introduce the master's degree recipients at this time.
From the School of Engineering, Computer Science, and Mathematics, fitted by Dr. Matt Jackson, Jessica Groomer Smith, Mathematics. Lauren Danae Stevens, mathematics. From the College of Education and Social Sciences, hooded by Dr. Eddie Henderson, the Dean of the College, Master of Arts, Craig Stephen Ames, Counseling. Michaela Lynn Barrand, Teaching. Jersey R. Bider, Criminal Justice. Justin Clark Ford, Counseling. Adrian Manuel Gonzalez, Counseling. Nicolas D. Hernandez, Teaching. Preston James Hitt, Teaching. Elizabeth Macias Hernandez, Criminal Justice. Aubrey Shanae McDonald, Criminal Justice. Alicia McHenry, Teaching. Araceli Munoz, Counseling. Lorraine Paul, Interdisciplinary Studies. Brian P. Salatori, Teaching. Jeffrey Lee Schiller, Criminal Justice. Cassie L. Sellers, Teaching. Amanda Raquel Taylor, Criminal Justice. Cristina Villegran, Criminal Justice.
Except for bouncer cam number 1.
Abigail Grace Walker, Teaching. Jacob J. Workman, Teaching.
Better now.
Master of Education. Gabriela Arezola, Educational Leadership.
That guy in the blue shirt.
Caleb C. Baker, Counseling. Jacqueline M. Bayless, Curriculum and Instruction. Stephanie L. Birdsong, Educational Diagnostician. Karen Michelle Byram, Curriculum and Instruction. Jerry Ann Carter, Instructional Design and Technology. Jennifer Dawn Castillo, Educational Leadership. DeAndre Will Cooper, Instructional Design and Technology. Haley Michelle Copeland, Counseling. Barbara M. Corrales Ramirez, Counseling. Nancy de la Cruz Rosales, Counseling. Jessica Walker DeYoung, Educational Leadership. Matthew Kenneth Driver, Educational Leadership. Sean K. Elder, Instructional Design and Technology. Teresa Ann Elder, Instructional Design and Technology. Lizabeth G. Fierro, Educational Diagnostician. Corina C. Gutierrez, Curriculum and Instruction. Morgan V. Harrell, Instructional Design and Technology. Courtney E. Hudspeth, Educational Diagnostician. Julia Hugg, Educational Leadership. Angeles B. Ibarra, Counseling. Jonathan Orion Jenkins, Curriculum and Instruction. Haley Clarissa Kinney, Counseling. Amy B. Kotara, Curriculum and Instruction. Angela Lynn Lang, Curriculum and Instruction. Kelsey Elizabeth Wood Lorenz, Educational Leadership. Patricia Martinez, Educational Leadership. Mario Moreno, Educational Leadership. Dolores Maria Murillo, Instructional Design and Technology. Carla L. Olmos, Educational Leadership. Gina Marie Rahino, Counseling. Erica Solis, Counseling. Leanne N. Swan, Counseling. Jandy R. Tyson, Instructional Design and Technology. Specialist in School Psychology, Donna Marie Henderson. Emily A. Knight, School Psychology. Farah Haley Walton, School Psychology.
Will all of the new master's graduates please rise? Let's have a round of applause for our May 2018 master's degree graduates from West Texas A&M. Thank you. Please be seated. When the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees cross the stage in a few minutes, you will notice that many of them are wearing stoles or cords. At West Texas A&M University, we support diversity in all its forms. The donning of the stoles is a ceremony for graduates from international and culturally diverse backgrounds. During the ceremony, students are recognized by their family and friends for their accomplishments. A family member places a stole, either a kente, sarape, or an international stole representing their culture, on their graduating student. If you are a student who participated in this donning ceremony that took place last night, please stand at this time to be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. Next, a student who maintains a grade point average of 3.50 or higher is considered an honor graduate. Honor graduates are recognized at commencement by a gold honor cord. I ask that all of our honor candidates stand at this time to be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. Finally, graduates who are veterans wear a red, white, and blue cord. I would ask now that all veterans graduating today please stand to be recognized. Okay, here we go. Will all of the candidates for the bachelor's degrees please rise? President Windler, on behalf of the faculty of West Texas A&M University, I certify that all of these candidates have met the requirements for their respective baccalaureate degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty of West Texas A&M University, as just transmitted to me by Dr. Schaefer, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Chancellor and the Board of Regents of the Texas A&M University system, I take pleasure in conferring upon each of you whose names are on the official roster the appropriate baccalaureate degree with all of the corresponding rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations.
You may be seated. I will now direct the marshals to begin directing the baccalaureate candidates to the stage. and Dr. Castile will now introduce the baccalaureate graduates from each college.
From the School of Engineering, Computer Science, and Mathematics, Bachelor of Science, Christopher William Allen. Jason Alexander Antrobius. Ryan Bailey Apple. Jordan Stewart Baker. Lane Allen Baker. Jesus Barrera Perez, Atterbury Honors Scholar in Mechanical Engineering. Kyra Lee Bellinger, Atterbury Honors Scholar in Mathematics. Brandon Lee Bilbrey. Cal Blue. Jennifer Alice Bolanos. Isawan Basarakam. Keaton Michael Buxton. Joseph Michael Callahan. Caitlin Christine Cecchini. John Turnus de Bruyne. Jeremy de los Santos. Taylor Cole Edmondson. Jonathan Epperson. Trevin Wade Fleming. Claudia Flores. Lance Colin Fulton. Efraín David Garrillo Ruiz. Alfredo Gonzalez Jr. Juan Marcelo Gutierrez Carvalho. Austin Jack Hammer. Blake Matthew Hartman. Caleb Dean Heltenberg. Daniel Hernandez. Louis Keenan Hickenbottom. Mili Hoyao. Clayton Ward Huffman. Emily Joyce Hurst, Atterbury Honors Scholar in Mechanical Engineering. Fernando Ibanez. Tyler Don Jonas. Brennan Chris Lefevre. Justin Orlando Leva Lino. Bural Minami. Matthew David Moore, Atterbury Honor Scholar in Mechanical Engineering. Alvaro Rogelio Morales. Donovan Morgan. Trevor Maxwell Michaelbust. Chang Wing. Asim Hunt. Juan Pablo Perez. McKenna Beth Phillips. Nicholas Allen Phillips. Franklin Robert Croy Inger. Sebastian Bart Rodea. Alex Rodriguez. Frankie Lee Rodriguez. Quentin Cristobal Roemu, Atterbury Honor in Mathematics. Pablo Andres Rueda. Moses Elias Saka. Treg Albert Schock. Timothy Jerome Schwartner. Anastasia Gabrielle Schenefeld. Citali Soto. Ryan Thompson. Aaron Philip Tucker. Josiah David Valadez. Andrew Ferrari Vila, Atterbury Honor Scholar, Mechanical Engineering. Brenton David Willingham. Edgar Salivar. From the College of Education and Social Sciences, Bachelor of Applied Arts and Sciences, Catherine J. Rayleigh. Randy Mullard. Serena L. Maxwell. Kayla Ann Martinez. Michelle Ann Kaplan. Jared Johnson. Jeffrey Glover. Sandra Gail Bryan. Jessica Lee Brandt. Tahida Berry. Tiffany A. Benton. Hannah Lee Barton. Jacqueline Renee Salinas Miller. Gabrielle Elizabeth Schilling. Maria Rosario Ibarra. Bachelor of Arts, Daniela Alanis Valadez. Juliana Calvaruso. Cody Eugene Carroll. Leslie Castañeda. Hannah Elaine Clark. Jonathan Cordova. Martina Montserrat Duarte. Corey Ann Dudding. Itzayana Gonzalez. Lance Anthony Hyder. Ikra Mohammed Jama. Katie Louise Larson. Karen Alejandra Lozana Flores. Britt Elizabeth Noel. Brenda Faye Patterson. Isamar Pineda Tirado. Nicole Schroffnagel Ritchie. Jarrett Michael Roberts. Colby Shane Scott. Leslie Elizabeth Serrano Franco. Aaliyah Jasmine Vela. Bachelor of General Studies, Colleen Ann Beyer. Randall Barker Borden. Jill Lyndon Bryant. Jace Loudon Chancellor. Jessie Noel Cundiff. Lisa Franco. Ismenia Garcia Johnson. Erin Elizabeth Kelly. Denise D. Lawrence. Maddie Malin Lehman. Marisa Cruz Martinez. Cristal Alejandra Ramirez. Emily F. Roberts. Ashley Michelle Young. Bachelor of Science, Brogan Brianne Alvey. Jackie Michelle Anderson. Robin Dawn Andrews. Roberto Mike Fallon. Nathan Tom Bartley. Samantha Josephine May Bowman. Emily Rebecca Braden. Brianna Brooke Brown. Haley Ann Campbell. Haley Lene Canales. Dulce Fabiola Castillo. Victoria K. Cook. Kinsley Beth Cox. Alexa Lee Curry. Daiquiri Danielle Dardine. Lee Anthony Dwayne Dawson. Alexandra Lynn Eli. Lucero Enriquez. Miranda Ferrier. Mario Enrique Fierro. Jennifer Dawn Fowler. Haley Ann Fox. Ryan Alexander Francis. Cassandra Raquel Furr. Atterbury Honors Scholar in Education. Vanessa Natalie Garcia. Clarissa G. Garcia. Amy Alicia Garcia. Patrick D. Gill. Megan Renee Godwin. Daniel Andrew Goldberg. James Matthew Gonzalez. Jessica Gonzalez. Autumn Brianne Gordon. Michelle Green. Cynthia June Gutierrez. Ashley Marie Hall. Emily Diane Hammer. Aubrey Joyce Hanna. Taylor Renee Harlan. Kenbrell Dion Hearn. Jordan Marie Hinnant. Ashley Nicole Holland. Aubrey Deborah Howard. Kristen Ann Huseman, Atterbury Honors in Sociology. Shay Kamara Ibram. Chanel Renee Jackson. Malik Dersal Johnson. Kayla Michelle Jones. Tracy L. Jones. Christy Marie Lamb. Kinsey Christine Laurie. Lindsay Bryant Leslie. Destiny Nicole Maldonado. David Acosta Marquez. Taylor Janae Mason. Angel Dawn McBee. Matthew Dean McCabe. Crinbeth McLean. Hannah Leanne McClure. Brianna Ann McNally. Caitlin Rose Moore. Drew Haley Nava. Brenda Ordonez Olivas. Joanne Padilla. Ashlyn Lee Peronto. Aubrey Catherine Pearson. Madeline Ann Pepper. Ryan D. Peters. Taylor L. Quirk. Molly Page Richardson. Erica Rivera. Saraí Rodriguez Calvillo. Giovanni Raquel Roman. Erica Rosales. Rita Salazar. Myra Sanchez. Mackenzie Rose Sandifer. Casey Hope Segrist. Cherish L. Shannon. Junior Charlton Everton Shepherd. Destiny Marie Simmons. Sydney Renee Smith. Faith Deanne Stanford. Mercedes Ramirez Talavera. Destiny Faith Talley. Caitlin Michelle Tashler. Stephanie Lynn Tetrault. Joe Pijarina. Daniela Valles. Amberlyn May Vise Wall. Emily Brooke Waters. Isaac Lee Watson. Shannon Elizabeth Watson. Max Bedford Wise. Nicole Adele Welch. Elisa Danielle West. Summer Wilder. Peyton Lee Williams. Faith Rebecca Winslow. Tyler McDaniel Wise. Tanya Michelle Wright. Caitlin Nicole Wyatt. Wendy Dawn Yarbrough. Aaron Castañón.
Our next recipients are part of the Where the Learning Continues program, which is offered through the Office of Extended Studies. This is a post-high school program which offers continued studies in the areas of math, reading, writing, and computer skills. To be awarded a certificate of completion, students must complete 4 years of studies. The Where the Learning Continues program and students are a special part of our campus, and we are pleased to acknowledge their accomplishments today. Will the candidates please come forward to receive their certificates?
Christopher Michael, Where the Learning Continues. Carly Noel Radowitz, Where the Learning Continues.
Will all of the new baccalaureate graduates please stand? You may now signify your graduation by turning the logo on your class ring outward to face the world and by moving the tassel on your mortarboard from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for the May 2018 Baccalaureate Graduates. And if we could now have all of today's graduates please stand for one more round of applause. Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, I would like to acknowledge and thank Dr. Guli Manfredi, Associate Professor of Music, and our very talented brass choir for the music today. Thank you. I would also like to thank our faculty marshals, Dr. Beth Garcia, Assistant Professor of Education, Dr. Harry Houston, Professor of Criminal Justice, Dr. Eric Butler, Assistant Professor of Environmental Engineering, and Ms. Audrey Metter, Instructor of Mathematics. Thank you for your hard work today. In a few seconds, I will ask that you rise and join in the singing of our alma mater, which will be led by Dr. Robert Hanson. Please note that the words are printed on page 19 of the program, but they will also appear on the screen behind me. After the alma mater, we ask that you please remain seated during the recessional until all of the graduates have filed out. Please stay clear of the exits so that the participants may recess safely. Please rise.
Over